All right, we're live.
Great. I need to get the chat up.
Yeah, a bit earlier than usual.
Yep. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday.
John's away. John's at PAX. I think he's at PAX has started, so he should probably be there right now at the
Yeah,
time of this recording.
yeah, it has started. I feel bad I didn't go to this one because a buddy of mine from Scotland made the trip, and I found that out a week ago. I was like, oh shit, had I known you were actually planning on going, I would have made it a harder, like, time about trying to, like, get a ticket and stuff. And he's like, don't worry about it. But, man.
Right. I wanted to go, but I just could not get a ticket, and I didn't feel like buying off of, like, the... there's a subreddit for people, like, reselling their tickets that they can't go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Also scalpers. Like, I'm sure I could have found a ticket, but then at more than anything, it's the fact that, like, I couldn't have gotten the time off at work that little, with that little notice. So.
Sure. Right. I also looked into it's Crunchyroll Expo in the Bay Area down in San Jose this weekend.
Okay.
I looked into that too, but that is $70 a day. And I was like, I am not watching enough anime to justify that. Also, like, isn't that like more expensive than one day of PAX?
It's at least, it has to at least be the same amount, roughly.
I think PAX actually is 50. I think.
That might be. There are also 4 days now to compensate as well, too. So yeah, it probably is per day more than PAX. You know, one of the biggest conventions.
I mean, Crunchyroll is I think it goes on for 2 or 3 days. I think 3. And you can do a weekend one, which I wasn't looking into. I would probably just have gone for one day. But for $70, it's like I'm not watching enough anime right now to justify that.
Yeah, no, that's a hard sell for me as well. That's kind of crazy, actually.
I was actually kind of surprised when someone told me their Crunchyroll Expo was this weekend.
Yeah.
Because wasn't there a Crunchyroll Expo in LA like 2 months ago?
I think that was just Anime Expo, I think.
But isn't it like Anime Expo by Crunchyroll? Like, don't they put it on?
I don't know. Anime Expo has been going on since I've been alive.
Okay, maybe it's not. I thought Crunchyroll was a main thing there.
Well, I was thinking if anything, Crunchyroll would have maybe purchased the rights to put that one on, maybe, which I could see. I could see that being a thing.
I'm gonna quickly Google search Anime Expo.
Yeah. Find this out once and for all.
See what they say. Okay. I don't see the Crunchyroll name on this main page, so it's not theirs.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, okay. So it makes sense that they did their own thing.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought that. Weird.
Does it say how much a ticket for that one is? Because I bet it's
for Anime Expo.
I bet it's less than $80 a day.
See, register as an attendee.
I wonder if they still have that open.
Okay, so for next year, a 4-day attendee for someone over 14 is $80
for 4 days.
4 days. Let me see what the whole weekend pass for Crunchyroll Expo was.
$5,000.
Buy tickets because Crunchyroll's 3 days.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually also $80.
Oh, for 3 days.
Which or you can get a Saturday or Sunday ticket for $70. That seems like
come on, steep. Yeah,
that's so steep.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just get the 3-day ticket or go on Monday, which is $60. But still, like, that should be cheaper.
Yeah.
If those were each like 50, I would be okay with that.
40 or 50, and then you get, by buying all 3, you get a discount. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, but a $10 difference, I don't know. I don't even know what goes on at Crunchyroll Expo. They have guests, I guess.
Probably a lot of talk of anime.
Yeah, the voice of Goku's going to be there.
Okay, I forgot that guy's name, but he seems affable.
Sean, I'm going to guess Schemmel.
Okay.
Oh, the director. Did you see Incredibles 2?
I did not.
Okay, well, the director of the animated short in front of Incredibles 2 is going to be there, which I guess makes sense. Pixar's right here.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber.
Okay.
Trying to see if anyone on here I actually like.
I've talked to a YouTuber before.
I've heard the name Freddie Wong.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's a Rocket Jump Productions guy, the main guy.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay. Video Game High School on Netflix, or Netflix and YouTube, I think, and he's mainly got big doing YouTube stuff with really good special effects.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is just kind of highlighting why I will not pay $70 to go to this event.
Sure. It's the most millennial of the cons, is maybe what you're...
I don't know. I feel like the most millennial one is always...
Tumblr Con or whatever?
VidCon.
VidCon might be, yeah.
Which is the YouTube convention.
Yeah. That might be. You're right. Yeah.
Artist Alley. I don't know. It's a convention. I don't know why we're talking so much about a convention neither of us are going to. Probably ever.
Like ever plan to at all? Yeah. But yeah, that's why John's
Again, I would totally go if I was into more anime currently. But
sure.
Like the only current anime I was watching was Dragon Ball Super, and that ended earlier this year. And it's like, at that point, no, thank you. I cannot justify that.
Yeah. And for me, the travel would not ever happen for that. So even if I was super into anime, probably wouldn't make it down there.
We'd probably go to Anime Expo, right?
No, probably not.
If you were not super into anime?
I'm super into video games, and PAX is only a 12-hour drive. So,
I mean, a 12-hour drive is still a long drive.
It's a long drive. We've done that drive a few too many times.
I've only done the drive once. The other time I flew.
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds fine. I could fly in, maybe.
At this point, I'm at a point where I'll probably fly every time.
Yeah, convenience over anything else, more than anything.
Yeah. And I mean, if the tickets, they can't be more than like $200.
Yeah, I think they're about
if I'm budgeting like a PAX weekend trip, I'm probably looking at about maybe $500 for the whole thing.
Sure.
That'll get me my ticket. That'll get me my round trip plane. That'll get me a couple nights in a hotel or an Airbnb or a hostel, however I want to do it. And then the food.
Sure, yeah.
Which is not insane. All that Subway. Which is... I love Subway.
Yeah, Subway's fine. It's sandwiches. Like, you can't really go wrong. If you fuck up at a Subway, that's your fault, kind of.
Dude, let me tell you. So I go to Subway a lot. It's like the only fast food I eat, basically. You can fuck up Subway. And I'll give you a few scenarios that I've been to inside of the last year. Okay. Actually, this is probably, inside of the last year. Here's a couple scenarios.
Sure.
My girlfriend was picking us up subs.
Yeah.
The person coughed into her hand, the sandwich artist coughed into the sandwich artist's hands.
Yeah.
And continued to make the sandwich.
So that's not fucking up the sandwich. That's fucking up just OSHA regulations.
I mean, one, you're right. That is fucking that up.
Like,
two, that sandwich is now fucked up.
Right. But here's the thing. At that point, you're just like, I'm not paying for that. Are you fucking kidding?
So that's what I told my girlfriend. If it was me, I literally would have just turned around and walked out of the building.
Yeah, like, why do you stay?
I wouldn't have said a single thing. I would have just been like, I'm done with this scenario. Totally. I am ejecting myself. My girlfriend buys the sandwiches and proceeds to put them in the garbage. I was like, what are you doing? I'm not paying you for that. I'm not paying you for that sandwich.
Okay. At the very least, what you do is you pay for, if you're going to pay for the sandwiches because you want to keep up appearances, just give that to a homeless guy or something. Like, there's a homeless dude outside, just give it to him.
Put it like on top of a garbage can.
Okay, fair enough. But free sandwich.
Yeah, no, if it was me, I wouldn't even said anything. I would have just walked away. That's the end of that. And then there's this one girl who's at the sandwich shop closest that I go to the most often, where she has this weird tendency of she puts everything kind of right in the middle, as opposed to kind of like flattening it out, spreading it out. Oh. So the sandwich looks like a kind of like a bell curve without the parts on this. So it looks like a pyramid, I guess. It looks kind of like a pyramid. Yeah. And then when she tries to close it, it's difficult. Well, no shit. And then I take a bite into it, and it's like, oh, this is a nice part of bread. Whereas I get to like the middle part, and it's like everything is here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I mean, what do I expect? If I'm going for a sandwich artist, I'm going to the lowest quality sandwiches I can find at a Subway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, even idiots need jobs, I guess, so.
Sure. Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, it all looks the same to my stomach.
Pretty much.
So, first world problems.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, let's do a podcast. This is the top-down perspective for August 31st. It's the end of August. Summer's almost over. Crazy.
Yep.
I'm Sean Booker.
And I'm Paul Fleck.
And Paul, what have you been playing?
Besides our game of the month that we'll talk about next week, I've been playing just more World of Warcraft when I get home late at night. I've been wanting to play more multiplayer games, but getting home at midnight my time means that people I play games with are long gone to bed for the most part.
Yeah, so, like a normal person.
So I've just been listening to podcasts or watching YouTube videos or whatever on my second monitor and just like playing WoW, basically.
It's a good podcasting game.
It's probably the best podcasting game because you don't really have to pay attention to like fucking anything that's going on because who cares about the story stuff.
Sure.
It's fine. Again, it's still fine. I am starting to look. I hit the cap level, and I'm starting to look for people to just do endgame stuff with casually. So if people like listening to this are playing that and just want to like do some casual get-togethers of something every now and then, I'm not looking for like a schedule or something where we do something every certain day of the night or anything, just whenever I'm around. That would be neat. Otherwise, I guess the other thing I'll talk about quickly is I started the Messenger like last night for 10 minutes. And decided that's probably going to be a game I stream from the very, very intro stuff to just get a feel of how it plays. It plays very much like Ninja Gaiden, but like modernized so that it doesn't feel sluggish at all. And it's real dope seeming so far. So I'm super, super excited to jump into that. I'll be talking at length about that next week.
I think the only Ninja Gaiden I played, it was a 360 one. I want to say Ninja Gaiden 2.
It is not like those. It's like the original ones.
Right. And I didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm hearing cool things about the Messenger. I heard it like goes to some weird places, which has me intrigued.
I can see that. Like the very premise of it is that like you're in a dojo area or whatever. It gets attacked by a demon or something. I kind of skip past the dialogue because I know I'm going to restart it and like pay attention to everything. I just wanted to feel it for a little bit last night.
Sure.
So a demon or something attacks. A super powerful dude comes in, like wards them off, and then it's like you have to give the scroll to some people, or you're the messenger. And like that's just how it starts. You're just the dude delivering the shit that this more powerful dude gave you. And I just really like that premise and where it can just probably go into this weird shit show from there. And yeah, I'm excited to play that game fully and just start talking. Next week I'll talk more.
This game's expensive. I was expecting it's to be $15.
So it is cheaper on the eShop on Switch than it is on PC currently by $4 Canadian.
How much was it for you, Canadian?
21.
21. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm looking at .com, and it's 25
on Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. It was 15% off or something or 30% off on Switch currently.
Is that like a pre-order one?
No, I bought it last night. Maybe it still was. Yeah.
And this you're digitally, right?
Digitally, yeah.
Yeah, I got 25.19. I'm gonna. Why is it like that?
Maybe do you have your Switch on you? Just turn it on and see. Probably in the other
I can't. I'll be 1 second.
Sure, no problem. I'll just keep filling air while he does that. But yeah, so I don't actually even know. I guess like I want to talk more about Runner 3, which is what we'll do next week, obviously, because I have actual things to say about that game now that I've been playing the hell out of it. But yeah, you got your Switch?
Got my Switch. Let's load up the store.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe I just got lucky with that.
So my store, this will be the Canadian price.
Oh,
because my store's in
Canada.
The Canadian store. I can't switch it. And well, I can. I just have to like go online, do a bunch of weird shit.
Sure. Yeah. You could just make like another account on the same Switch though, right? For the US if you
I
wanted to.
could, then it won't be tied to my
Yeah,
main Nintendo account. There is a way where I can switch my main Nintendo account to be an American account
yeah,
and do stuff that way. So everything's tied together. I get all the coins all accumulated.
sure.
That which is what I used to do. I'm looking at the messenger. It's 25.19.
Weird. Hmm.
And you were saying it was 21?
Yeah, I'm gonna look right now on the eShop on mine here. But maybe it's because I have like a game made by the same people or something.
Do you think you maybe got a discount because of coins? Like it just kicked in?
I didn't tell it to use coins, but maybe.
I'm trying to look at .ca right now. There's no search function on this website. What?
So for me, it just says purchased now. It doesn't say the price anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I guess I probably should have figured that. I guess I could just look at my email as well, which I will do.
Seriously, how do I even look up a game on Nintendo.ca? There's nowhere to like type in what game I want to look at.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, maybe game store. Still no search. New releases.
All right.
This is absolutely terrible. They still have games on here like Sushi Striker.
So, unit price $21.41 plus $1 GST, $22.48 is what I paid, as per their confirmation/receipt.
That's so weird. I wonder how you got that.
Me too. I figured that I was probably just getting like, maybe it was like a pre-order price or something that they didn't kick over yet. Because I did buy it the day it released.
It did release yesterday. That's what it says. Yeah, I don't even know, man. How much is it? And is it only on PC as well?
Yes. I believe so.
How much is it on PC?
I think it was 25 Canadian from what I saw.
No, down here it's $20 on the PC.
It's cheaper on PC.
For me. But then again, I don't know if I'm looking at the American price. Because when I was looking online, I was assuming that was the American price because it was .com, but it's showing me. Actually, hang on. Maybe it's because I'm logged in. Let me try logging out.
It is $22.79 for me on PC. So it's roughly the same.
Yeah, even when I log out, it's $25.19.
So that's $20 US, I guess. $22.79.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be showing me the the US price, but it's not.
Weird. Yeah, because it should show based on whatever region you're logged in from, or whatever region.
Well, I even signed out, so it doesn't know that have a Canadian account.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Weird.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Looks like it's $20 on the PC.
Yeah. Yeah. So either way, I'm stoked knowing now, because I thought for sure it was going to be more. When I saw the price of like 21 or whatever on the Switch, I was like, oh, it must be like 15 on PC, so I'll just buy it there if it's cheaper. And it was like the same price or cheaper on the Switch somehow. So I was like, oh, fuck it, let's do that then. So that's what I'm playing it on, which means it'll get played more often because I'm able to like carry it around on the couch or go to bed or whatever while finishing up levels and stuff. So yeah, no, I'm super stoked to play more of it. And for people that like the old Ninja Gaiden games and want kind of like a new spin on that, I highly recommend it so far just on feel alone. But that's really
sounds like John's pretty into it too, based on the couple tweets he put out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured. That makes sense. That's all I've been playing, though.
All right, the main game I've been playing this week is Donut County.
Yes.
This launched a few days ago. I'm playing it on iOS because it's cheapest there. It's like $5 compared to like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
On PlayStation. I don't know if it's on PC or not. I know it's
It
on PlayStation though.
it is on Steam for $13 currently, and that's on sale.
Right. Uh, I'm already done with it. It's like a 2 maybe 3 hour game,
Hmm.
but it is absolutely delightful. I loved Donut County. Um, the premise is you are a raccoon named BK, and you're a total asshole.
Okay.
Um, Whenever someone in the town orders a donut from your shop, you end up what that actually means is you send over a hole to their level or whatever. And then you just absolutely destroy everything and suck everything into the ground, including them.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it's similar to Katamari in terms of, so you have your hole, things need to fall down into it, and when they do that, the hole gets bigger, so you can uh, collect bigger and bigger things until you're picking up like houses and vehicles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't get to the point that Katamari gets where you're like taking out cities and gods and planets and stuff like that. Um, but it's you still start really small and you're picking up like garbage for the most part and bricks and rocks, and then you're getting tables and people and stuff like that. And by people I mean like the little animal characters that are in the game.
Yeah.
But the story's nice. Everyone's been like absorbed into like the hollow earth, and they're all kind of going through flashbacks of like how they got here, how they ordered a donut, and then what happened there. Each level adds a slight new spin on the mechanic where instead of just being only a hole, if you put water in the hole, you can then get one of those like birds that sit on the desk that are always like going down and drinking a bit,
Okay.
to like drink the water from your hole. And that's how you can like kind of move water around. There's ones where some things will be sticking out of the hole and you can use them to like press buttons and whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah, the narrative's pretty fun by the end of it. You're like taking on the raccoon trash king. There's even boss fights in this game, and again, you're just playing as a hole in the ground. It's a really good time. The music is fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Specifically, the when you finish a level and you're like getting your experience points, and it shows like the person falling down forever. That song is great. I'll say that.
Okay.
I'll also say that there's a Trashpedia. It's basically like the bestiary of everything you've dropped into the hole, and you get you can see everything you did from the previous level when you finish it. And that's the writing on the Trashpedia is super good. It's basically the raccoon thinks that everything is basically some kind of garbage, or just bad in some way. So I think they referred to the regular snake as like living spaghetti.
Okay.
And then there was like a blue snake, and that was angry living spaghetti.
Okay.
I'm trying to think some of my other favorite ones. There's a seagull, and it says 98% of seagulls are criminals.
That's just correct, though.
Yep. I also really liked a picnic table that said, "How many birds will you fight for a bag of chips?"
Okay.
There's just tons of stuff like that. One is I think it was just a plant or a cactus or something, and it's like you can water this and it'll still be boring. Oh, I really like the laptop one. The description of the laptop was spill water on this and scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
so
good.
I can't I'm usually someone that like never checks out like item descriptions and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the Trashpedia is extremely worth looking at every time you finish a level and going through those. Because the writing, like I said, is super funny, as you can tell from the examples I gave.
Yeah.
And yeah, it works totally fine on iOS, sliding the hole around. I don't know if it's on Android. I'm assuming not at the moment.
Probably not. There is a rip-off version that came out months ago on Android. So
right, I remember kind of the controversy around that. The developer was like super bummed because he had been working on this game for years, and someone just like steals it.
It's pretty shitty. Yeah.
Yeah, super shitty. I think in the credits it even said something like based on a concept from Peter Molyneux. Which I loved hearing that.
Yeah.
Because that seems like, yes, this would be a concept that Peter Molyneux would have tweeted out. For those who don't know, Peter Molyneux I don't know if it's still active. I haven't seen it in a while, but at least it was a Twitter account where someone would just post weird concepts for a game that Peter Molyneux himself might come up with because he's, really kind of cerebral and has some weird game ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Donut County. So it's kind of short, but I really enjoyed the whole time I spent with it. I don't know if I would have spent $12 on it if you're looking at one of the PC or the console version. That's why I was happy to get it on the phone. Like I said, it's like 2, maybe 3 hours long. But it's really good while it lasts.
That seems to be the biggest gripe people have with it, is that for the price, they say it's too short, and that's kind of a good problem to have because it's like, I like your game so much that I wanted more of it, but at the same time, for that price, I can understand that.
Yeah. So maybe wait for a sale or get it on the phone if you can, because then I think $5 is totally worth it.
Sure.
And I will say the rabbit level, if anyone has played it, is my favorite level. So look out for that one.
Okay.
Apart from that, that's basically the main game I've been playing this week.
Sure.
So let's go through all this news.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week for random announcements and stuff coming up, so that's cool.
Yeah, announced today, we got the release date for No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again, and that's going to be January 18th.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
That's quicker than I thought. Like, that's not that far away, all things considered.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months-ish or so. Yeah, again, that's a Switch exclusive. So hopefully that's good. We got our Twitch Prime games for September. Adventure Pals, which I've been wanting to play. I hear that's decent. It looked good.
Yeah, for free, that's real good, too.
Guild of Dungeoneering.
Yes, that game's super fun.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Gunpoint, that game is great.
That game... Wow, that game's been around for a long time. At this point, it's kind of like, if you don't have this, wow, you've been missing out on free giveaways for a while.
Sure. I never played the follow-up, which I also heard which was good. And I can't remember what its name is.
Yeah, I do know which one you're talking about. It's
the space one.
Yeah.
But I heard that was good too. Pumped BMX, I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
And Strife.
Strife sounds familiar. Is that an MMO? I think that might be like an MMO or something.
Sounds like that's something that would be an MMO.
Right.
All right, what's next? We got...
It's a MOBA. Okay.
Battlefield 5 has been delayed to November 20th.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people... It's not super surprising since it was sandwiched right between Red Dead and Call of Duty.
Sure. Also, they got to work on their realism, obviously, so.
Right. So I guess they just blinked and they got out of there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, actually, though.
Yeah, I feel like they could go toe-to-toe with Call of Duty, but I don't think anyone can go up against Red Dead.
That's a hard one. There's going to be some that try, and Lord have mercy on their souls.
Yep. I guess they're having an open beta starting on September 6th, if you're interested in that. There was another reason, but this was one of the things. I guess their stock also dropped recently, EA's.
Oh.
Something to do with Battlefield, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Boo-hoo for EA, you're right.
Yeah.
We've got the Game Pass games for September. There's some exciting stuff in here. We already knew about Master Chief Collection. That was announced last week. They're also putting in Quantum Break, which I like that game a lot.
Cool.
Onrush, which I like that game a lot.
Yeah.
This kind of seems perfect for Onrush.
Sure. Yeah.
And then a bunch of stuff that I don't know, such as Avon Colony, Shadow Warrior, Sky Force Reloaded, Manual Samuel, Snake Pass, which that's a great game, Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams, and Inner Space.
Yeah, I don't know Skyforce or Inner Space. The rest are good. Well, it's arguable. I didn't love Gianna Sisters, but people do, so.
Yeah, I've never been the biggest fan.
Yeah.
But there's some good stuff in there. Like I said, Onrush, I super like. Snake Pass is also very good. And I like Quantum Break.
Sure, totally.
Okay, so we got 2 Nintendo Directs this week.
I didn't see the second one.
Starting with the second one, they did a kind of a long trailer for Dragalia Lost, Nintendo's next mobile game, and also their first mobile game that's not going to be with DNA. I
Mm,
forget which company this one is with, but this is coming out September 27th. It's an RPG. It also looks like it's got gotcha game elements in it,
sure.
which, I mean, it's a free to play game, so of course it does.
I mean, it's whatever Nintendo Japan. That's like Japan does gotcha games. That's what they do. So
Right. And Fire Emblem Heroes made them a ton of money.
totally.
Um, it looks kind of like if I'm thinking like Pokemon Quest, where the enemies just kind of, your characters kind of move around and then attack on their own. It's more in depth than that. And then I think the next step up from that is like Cat Quest, where you can move your characters around, but they attack on their own. And this one you can tap to attack, so it's like one step further up. You can play in portrait mode, which is cool. Um, I was kind of just watching this in the background, so I don't have all the news
Sure.
or all the details, I should say. It's got multiplayer stuff that's going to events planned, so some kind of MMO like things. Looks like they have a ton of characters on connecting together to fight some big monsters, so that can be cool.
Sure. Yeah.
They also have a pre-registration kind of event going on where there'll be in-game gifts depending on the number of people who pre-register for it. Trying to see.
Oh shit. I just remembered I played that new Command and Conquer mobile game that they showed.
Is that out?
Well, I pre-registered for whatever, and then
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's boring, so I didn't
really?
talk about it. Yeah, wasn't a huge fan, but yeah,
Okay. I completely forgot about that. I do want to try it out though. But
sure.
And speaking of weird mobile games, I'm still looking forward to Elder Scrolls Blades.
Me too, actually. Yeah,
I want that to come out. Anyway,
yeah.
Dragalia Lost, just looking at their pre-registration thing, they've succeeded to get 300,000, which will get you 900 Wormite, whatever that means.
Great.
And it looks like there's also goals for 400,000, 500,000.
Yeah.
I did not do this because I don't care. I'll try it out because why not? I'm not huge into gotcha games though. But again, that's September 27th.
I'm looking forward to it. Get a TDP crew in there, take down
I'll play some for sure. Yeah, I'll play that day.
Yeah.
In more exciting trailers, Splunky 2, first gameplay shown.
So I did miss this, unfortunately. I didn't watch this yet.
Yeah, not much like hard news besides coming 2019.
Okay.
But they just showed a lot of gameplay. They showed the multiplayer. They showed the different characters you can play as.
Okay.
I guess it was kind of revealed because you're playing as the daughter, and her last name is Splunky. So I guess that first guy is literally Mr. Splunky.
Okay. Sure.
That was his name. Anyway, it looks like there's tons of like water stuff going on and like lava and tons of shit. Looks cool. I'm looking forward to Splunky 2.
Yeah, I'm watching the beginning of the trailer now. You know what? It looks like they knew what made their first game good, and they just went with more of that, but like further. So sure. I'm glad to see that.
I played Splunky. I didn't get deep into it. It always just felt so daunting. But
yeah.
I want to get into it more, so I'll probably get into Splunky 2 off the get-go.
Sure.
So I'm kind of there during the zeitgeist because tons of people were super into Spelunky.
Yeah, I was super into Spelunky. I'm excited for online play. That's gonna be so good.
Yep.
Cool.
We got the PlayStation Plus lineup, which started off with Destiny 2, which was already released this week. They just jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Super smart move because that huge expansion comes out next week.
Yep. No, they know what they're doing for sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Destiny 2 is great. Like getting that game for free, that's a serious game right there.
Yeah. If you have a PlayStation 4 and Plus, go ahead and download it and just play like this weekend. You'll probably get close to like the end game if you play enough, and then you can jump into that.
I mean, it's not a short game. So I don't know about
very
that.
short. I made it in a day and a half. It was
but of like constant playing.
I don't know, like 6 hours, 8 hours.
Okay, I thought it was longer than that, but maybe I'm mistaken.
The end game stuff is longer. Getting to max level wasn't long.
I don't think. Okay. Anyway, God of War 3 Remastered is the other big game,
Yeah,
which
that's
I
cool.
kind of like. Sure. I don't know. I played God of War 3 on the PlayStation 3. I don't know if I need to play it again.
Yeah, I'm with
Uh,
you on that.
Another World, Cube Director's Cut, Sparkle 2, and Foul Play. I don't know what really any of these are except for Another World because that thing's on everything.
Yeah, that's true.
But they are all cross-platform with PS4, so you're needing less and less reasons to pick up your Vita. This Foul Play game actually looks kind of cool now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've wanted to check that one out.
And Sparkle 2 looks like what is that EA puzzly kind of game?
A puzzly. I'm gonna take a look here
Yeah,
right now.
look at Sparkle 2. What is that game? What is that game where you have to like shoot the different colors into like the lines of them?
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Zuma or something like that.
Zuma, that's what it is.
Yeah.
This looks like Zuma.
It really does. Yeah. I'll play that for free. Sure.
Well, I mean, it's $8, so
Mm.
if you want it, most of these games are like $8
Yeah.
or $10.
Yep.
Anyway, Destiny 2 is the big one, and that's already live. So if you have a PlayStation, scoop that.
Totally.
Continuing on. Oh, this was kind of an interesting. This was just kind of like a think piece that went up like on Kotaku. So it's already been past the 28th. So Amazon Prime's 20% off deal for pre-orders is gone.
Right.
And then suspiciously on the 29th, Spider-Man was now available to be pre-ordered. Up until that point, I know for myself personally, I was checking Amazon quite a bit because I was like, I'll pre-order as much as I can now.
Sure.
And if I don't want them, I can cancel them, but at least I get the 20% off later for games I know I want.
Sure.
I did that with Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Okay.
I wanted to do that with Spider-Man and Red Dead because those are two other games I knew I was going to play.
Sure.
Spider-Man and Red Dead were never available for pre-order under this 20%. I could have pre-ordered the digital version, but then you don't get the 20%. On August 29th, Spider-Man is now available for pre-order, the physical version again, which got people thinking they were just waiting for this to go off. And over the past little while, some bigger and bigger games had been not being available for pre-order. I remember God of War didn't go up for pre-order until like a day or two before it actually came out.
Yeah.
So people were wondering, like specifically, but the Spider-Man is the only example so far. But was this one just like waiting for that game, for that promotion to go away so that they could get their full price?
Totally. Yep.
I don't think it's known whether or not like who's eating that 20% off or who was. This article was making the guess that Amazon was eating that cost. So at that point, I don't understand why like Insomniac Games would have mined, but maybe they weren't. I'm not sure.
They must not have been, right? Because it seems way too coincidental. Like on the
for sure.
Obviously not on Amazon's part, on the like games part to let that happen that day. So
as of right now, Red Dead is still not available for pre-order.
Okay, that's probably just not going to be available for a bit.
So. Well, I don't know because there's plenty of games that are already available. Doom Eternal,
right?
You can pre-order that.
Does Rockstar usually do like months in advance pre-order? I don't actually know.
I don't know. I haven't. It's been a while since Rockstar put out a game, but I mean, when I worked at EB Games, you could months in advance pre-order. Anyway, Spider-Man's up there. It is part of because now it's select games will get you a $10 credit. You can do that. It seems like you can even do that with the digital versions. As much as I hate what Amazon did, taking away that good promotion, I might still do that because $10 is $10. If I'm going to play the game, I might as well get $10. 35 days
because you're going to get it anyway. So yeah.
But dude, Spider-Man, are you stoked on Spider-Man?
I really am.
I'm stoked on like finally using my PlayStation 4 Pro with like really flexing it
because you got it after God of War, right?
Because I got it just after God of War, so I like turned on God of War and I was like, yeah, this looks great. Too bad I'm not playing this game anymore. And since then, what have I played on my PlayStation 4? Flipping Death
and Onrush.
Nope, that was Xbox.
Oh, really? Okay. Then I don't know.
10 minutes of Death's Gambit.
Okay.
some No Man's Sky, and that does look nice, but
Okay. Yeah.
nothing like crazy. So this will be the first one where it's really like, look at this 4K TV
Yeah.
and this like 4K gaming.
I'm super
So I'm
excited because it comes after 2 weeks of working straight, basically, for me. So it's
this is
like,
your reward.
oh, I'm so excited.
Just
Holy
chill
shit.
out with a good, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm gonna high five everyone on the street.
I'm just going to tell people I'll be in, like, my office all weekend. Don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited. Spider-Man looks super good.
That'll be next week. We probably talk about, or at least start, probably.
Probably start. It comes out the 7th, so I don't know how much of it I will have played by then. Because we'll be doing a show that day.
I will 100% have started it at least. So.
All right. Although if I'm getting it digitally, maybe they'll like release the code Thursday night. Maybe, who knows? I have no idea.
Sure.
This was kind of an interesting announcement. Yacht Club Games announced the final game in the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Yeah. Which I was under the impression the King's one was going to be the last one.
Me too.
But they did another one, Shovel Knight Showdown, which looks to be just like Smash Bros. Style, like beat 'em up platform brawler, with all the characters from the Shovel Knight universe. There's even like some bosses and a somewhat of like a story mode, arcade mode and stuff. Unfortunately, it's only local multiplayer.
That's too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like games were only local multiplayer for a while, and then some of them got like wiser, being like, "Hey, we need to do online, blah blah blah." And then there's still a few coming out that are like, "We can't do online though, for whatever reason."
Yeah,
that's always a bummer. But if you have the treasure trove, it is free, which is awesome.
That is awesome
because I have that treasure trove. And they also said, "Don't," because when this happened, I was like, "Wait. Has that King one already come out? Like, I never played that one." They also followed up that tweet with, "Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about King of Cards or the Treasure Trove Amiibo 3-pack. We're nearing the end of development on what is by far our biggest and most grandest single-player campaign yet. Stay tuned for information on the release date later this week." Well, guess what? It's the end of the week, so I'm assuming any minute now.
Okay. Hopefully, like, by the time we're done this podcast, we could just be breaking news. I'm looking through their
Twitter account, see if I missed anything, but nothing today. Actually, hang on. What is this?
Was there something?
It says, this was tweeted yesterday. Do you own Shovel Knight on Switch, 3DS, Wii U? All versions will receive King of Cards, the largest Shovel Knight adventure yet. Switch, Wii U will also receive Shovel Knight Showdown, an all-new multiplayer game, all arriving as a free update on April 9th.
Holy shit, April 9th?
April, that's so far away. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm looking at earlier tweets. The physical version of the Treasure Trove is coming April 9th, $40.
Man.
Okay, I'm trying to see about other platforms.
I'm gonna hold back my excitement now because that's real far.
That's super.
I was
far
hoping
away.
by the end of the year, like at some point. Okay.
Or like sometime in 2018.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, it's looking. It looks like the PlayStation 4 version is also April 9th. So I have the Switch version. I guess we're gonna be waiting quite a while for that last one, which. That's not the end of the world. I haven't even played Plague of Shadows yet, so I still got Shovel Knight stuff I can play if I want to.
Sure.
And it looks like the Showdown will not be available on 3DS or Vita.
That makes total sense. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Moving on to... so the first Nintendo Direct of the week. Yeah. I thought this was so exciting.
There was some... good
from like start to finish.
Yeah, it was
I was
good.
Like, sweet, whoa, that game looks awesome, and at the end, wow.
Yeah,
that's basically that's like the gambit of my emotions.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So these aren't in the correct order that they were talked about, but I'm just going to go through the list that they have put up here. They ended with Into the Breach being out on Switch right now.
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
I'm super excited about that, especially the like, oh, this is just out. You can do this now.
That's super exciting.
And I almost did, but I have other stuff to play, so like it's on the back burner, but I am so excited to jump back into that game in a handheld console. That's perfect.
Yeah. Into the Breach is real good. If people want to hear more about it, we did a whole top-down perspective plus about it, where all three of us talked about that game. You can look into that. But one of the things we have been saying is this has to one day come to like mobile in some way, the Switch,
Yeah.
especially after FTL had such a hard time getting onto iPads. They
Yeah.
must have been thinking about that when they did this follow-up, and it looks like they did. So yeah, out right now, and I'm in the same boat as you. I almost picked it up, and I was like, I don't have time for Into the Breach right now. I
Yeah.
have other stuff I'm playing. I even have a new Switch game I want to get to. So there's no chance I would get to it. So I can wait. I can wait for it to get on a sale or something, because if I need to play it, I have it on the PC.
Yep.
And if I need to play my Switch, I have other Switch stuff. So I'm gonna wait. But right now it's live, $15. That's great.
If the Messenger hadn't come out yesterday, I would have picked this up. Basically, is
Okay.
where I'm at with it.
Sure. Hyperlight Drifter is coming next week. That's September 6th,
Yep.
which I never played much of that game, so that's another thing I'm going to be looking at.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool thing.
Towerfall's coming.
Yeah,
A game called Treasure Stack that looked pretty good.
It looks like that old Nintendo game. I'm blanking on the name of now. The one Nathan was obsessed with, where you're just like
Wario's Woods?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks kind of like that.
It's been a while since I've looked at that, so I didn't pick up on that. Apparently, Treasure Stack is going to have cross-platform play with the Xbox One and PC versions.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's coming this winter. A game called Zarvot, which I don't remember what that was at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
Minico's Night Market. That game looks sweet.
That game looks so adorable. I am so excited.
I love the art style. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I don't even really know what kind of game it was. It's kind of open worldy. You run like a shop. You're like packaging stuff. There's cats.
There's definitely a lot of cats. It looks like an adventure game.
Let's see. Boasts more than 20 hours of story-based gameplay, including 4 regions to explore, diverse villagers to meet, interesting quests to undertake, and activities like sewing and woodworking to partake in. It also features cats, a lot of them.
Great.
That's coming to Switch first in early 2019.
Yeah.
Samurai Gun 2.
I was excited about this one.
It has a single-player component now. I am super excited about that. There's like scrolling levels. Yeah, and that's coming to Switch early 2019 as well.
Yeah.
Bullet Age. I don't remember what this is.
Bullet Age. Intuitive sword and gun gameplay.
I don't remember what this was. Co-op action? I don't know.
The
next one says The World Next Door, influenced by anime.
Okay.
Great. This looks kind of like a visual novel with some like puzzle solving, tile based stuff. Yeah, I don't know quite what to think about this. Cool art style though, which is coming early 2019.
Cool.
Levelhead, which looks like an off-brand Mario Maker.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, if Nintendo's not going to make a Mario Maker right away on the Switch, I guess look at Levelhead.
Totally.
King of the Hat. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either. Oh, yeah.
I don't even remember seeing this.
It looks like Towerfall, where you're trying to crush the other person's hat to kill them.
Okay. One of the characters is a washing machine, right? I remember that part of the trailer. I don't remember anything else.
Sure.
And then Showstopper, Untitled Goose Game, coming to Switch first, early 2019. This game looks awesome.
Untitled Goose Game, hell yeah.
First off, I think that's a great name. I hope they keep that name.
Yeah.
Untitled Goose Game is a game where you literally just play as Here, I'm going to read you this tagline. It's a lovely morning in the village, and you are a horrible goose.
Yep.
And basically, you just walk around being a complete nuisance and just an asshole to everyone, squawking at them, stealing their hat and their keys. This game looks absolutely great. I understand you can play it at PAX. I think it's sharing a booth with the Campo Santo guys.
Cool.
Some smaller things that were shown. They showed the Messenger a little bit.
Yeah.
Both Bastion and Transistor are coming to the Switch.
Sure.
They mentioned Wasteland 2, Undertale, Lightfingers, Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery is coming to the Switch, which I was surprised to hear about that game again.
Kinda, yeah, yeah.
Jackbox Party Pack 5,
Okay.
which for those who forget, that game is going to have You Don't Know Jack again
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for that one.
That's exciting.
Desert Child, Dragon Marked for Death. I don't know what some of those are, but anyway, that was exciting. I enjoyed that direct quite a bit.
Yeah, it was pretty good for sure.
All right, games with gold. I think it's a pretty underwhelming list.
I haven't
But
actually
for September, you get Prison Architect,
Okay.
Live Lock. I don't know what that is.
Me neither, actually. Okay.
Star Wars, Lego Star Wars 3,
Sure.
and I forget the name of this one. Sega Vintage Collection Monster World.
Okay.
I don't really know what that is either.
That's the oh my god, what the hell are those games? The ones that they released a remake of, right? The whatever in Monster World games. Jesus Christ.
Monster Boy or whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's those.
I'm trying to see a list of the games, but even the Xbox site doesn't really say.
It looks like there's 3 games in here from what I can see. And it's probably the 3 Wonder Boy games, or Monster Boy, or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, the 3 Wonder Boy games. So yeah, it's Wonder Boy and Monster Land and Monster World 4 from the Sega Mega Drive.
Little underwhelming in my opinion.
Yeah, I like if you want those old versions of that, I guess, and now you got them. But Prison Architect's fine.
I feel like month after month, Game Pass is getting the better games over games with gold at this point.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that. I'm seeing what this Live Lock is.
I guess that kind of makes sense because they expect you to be buying games with Xbox Live anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why you're going to get gold. And then they need to entice you to get Game Pass as well. So they got to put the better stuff there.
Yeah. Live Lock is a cooperative top-down shooter where you play solo or with up to 2 allies to break the cycle of the infinite war between machines. That's what that is. It is $12 regularly.
Canadian.
By itself.
$10 American.
Yeah. Yeah.
And last bit of news is they announced a Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah. This is kind of out of nowhere for me.
Came out of nowhere. Brought to you by the same people that are doing Windjammers 2.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Are you excited for some Streets of Rage 4?
I love Streets of Rage. Yes. This is cool news. That being said, I'm not, like, chomping at the bit for it yet, I guess, so.
Yeah, no real news about it so far. But yeah, Streets of Rage 4, I don't think anyone was expecting that.
I mean, it looks like a modern Streets of Rage, like, with the cel-shaded cartoon look, instead of, like, pixely garbage from the 90s, I guess. It looks like it's probably going to be totally fine unless they do something to really fuck it up. So yeah, I'll definitely play that.
Okay, and with that, let's do some new questions, not news. We're just done the news. topdownperspective@gmail.com is the email address. You can also send questions into at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, the Discord channel, and John's P.O. Box.
Right. Okay.
I'll read this first one from Eduardo.
Okay.
I feel like Eduardo's always our first question. What are some of the best Metroidvanias that don't play like Metroid games or Castlevania games?
Ori and the Blind Forest.
So, but it does play like a Metroid game because you go back and you have to like access new areas.
This is the thing, yeah.
Like, what is this? I don't quite get this question. If it doesn't play like those two games, how is it a Metroidvania?
I mean, yeah, but Ori and the Blind Forest, the reason why I say it is because it focuses more on the traversal than anything, even to the point where even your attack is like used as a double jump in some situations, in most situations even.
Sure.
So like it's probably that because you're not the focus on how the mechanics play out aren't revolved necessarily around just killing everything on the screen. It's about getting through a lot of it.
See, I find Metroidvania is it's all about exploring an area
Mm-hmm.
and getting new abilities that let you re-explore previous areas.
Right. In that case, there's no answer. You can't answer it if
Yeah,
that's the way you look at it,
that's how I'm
unfortunately.
looking at it.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think that's maybe kind of similar is like Dead Cells, because you don't go back and re-explore things in like the same playthrough, but you do get new abilities that open up different avenues
I mean, Dead Cells
later
is
on.
not at all like a Metroid or Castlevania game. Well, it's more like an original Castlevania than it is a Metroidvania, so that's
Right.
probably a fair answer.
That yeah, maybe that's a good one. Here's a second question. What is the most over the top and ridiculous game in terms of its gameplay, not its story or visuals? Man, what an open-ended question.
Over the top and ridiculous in terms of gameplay is Dwarf Fortress, because that's a game that's still being built every day. And all it
Sure.
is its gameplay.
Isn't it also ASCII art?
uh, I think it's just very basic pixels. Yeah.
What is it? Okay. Then I don't know what I'm thinking of then. Yeah, you're right. Pixels. Why was I thinking ASCII art?
I don't know. But I mean, that's probably my answer anyway.
Okay, I'm trying to think of some. Okay, in terms of its gameplay, I mean, Let's Tap has a pretty unique interface with
Hmm.
just tapping on a box that the Wiimote is sitting on.
That's true. Hmm. There's a lot of weird gimmicky things you could go with. There's that. Do you remember? I don't remember the name of it, but there was that one like Wii Touch or like that like sexually charged Wii
Oh
game.
yeah, 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 yeah. What was that? We Dare? Was that what it
We
was called?
Dare. Yeah,
Is that what it was? We Dare?
I think that's it.
That might be the actual most ridiculous gameplay.
Is it We Dare? I'll look it up.
Yeah, We Dare debut commercial. Yeah,
We Dare. Yeah.
yeah, because he's like hanging the Wii remote between the girls' faces.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't there
Yeah.
like a spanking thing?
Yes.
Yeah, she was putting the Wii remote in the back of her pants, and he has to like tap the Wii remote.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Just Dance for like sexual harassment. It's really good.
And the guys took their shirts off for some reason. What is going on, man?
Oh, that's just what you do when you play
And
Wii.
it finishes with enter parental code.
Yeah. All right.
Didn't this like just come out in Europe or something like that?
I feel like I remember hearing that Germany got it like real late and it got kind of a resurgence or something.
Well, I don't. Yeah, 'cause I don't think it came out in America ever.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
Interesting. Um, what was I thinking of? I think Muscle March. The gameplay is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Because like, sure, the visuals are weird. With all these like crazy muscular people, but the whole idea is a like conga line of muscly characters are just running through walls and stuff,
Yeah.
and you need to match the pose. That's a weird premise.
That is weird. Yeah.
Also, maybe just like any WarioWare game.
Sure. Where the premise is kind of like testing every little thing you could do with the hardware it's on.
Right, but
Weird
then like
ways.
if you just break it down by like specific micro game, like all right, the concept of this game is to pick the guy's nose,
Sure. Yeah.
or to catch the spider and put it in the box, or whatever it is, really, or stand underneath the umbrella so the arrows don't hit you.
Right. Yeah.
They're all pretty silly.
All right. VGC Kenny wrote in and said, I've recently moved in with people. This has come with some small surprises as some of their habits contradict mine. It's nothing I would move out for, just little things. When you guys moved in with people or people moved in with you, what are some of those little annoyances that you had to deal with? Okay.
Did you ever like go to dorms or anything like that?
Dorms, no. I had a roommate for a while though.
Okay.
Um Trying to think of specific things, I guess.
I've got some while you're thinking. So
Okay,
I
sure.
I lived in dorms for a year
Okay.
in my freshman year of college. My roommate, he was super antisocial,
Okay.
so he didn't like having the door to our room open,
Okay.
which sucked because that's like rule 101. You want to like chat and meet people, keep your door open so that they can come in when they hear you playing Halo or whatever it is,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he liked to keep the door closed, which
Okay.
was a bummer because our room was also situated like it was a long rectangle room,
Okay.
and then I had the end near the window, and he had the end near the door, and I did that on purpose. I wanted the
The
window area
window. Yeah.
because I always had to walk through his area,
Right.
um, so he kind of got control over the door. Also meant he got control over the lights often, which was also kind of a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the why when this got real annoying was the the dryers in the laundry room were terrible. You often had to run your stuff through them several times to actually get things dry, which he chose not to do for whatever reason. I think we may have had to pay for our laundry. Maybe that's why.
Okay.
But he chose not to run it through enough. So he would come back with a lot of like damp or wet clothing,
Oh
and he
yeah.
would hang it up in our room.
Yeah. Okay.
And he would not open the door. And I lived in Canada, so during the winter, there's no way we're opening the window
Right.
because it's covered in snow or
Right.
it's below freezing outside.
For sure.
Uh, so anytime I would come back to the room, it was just musty in there,
Gross. Yeah.
like wet clothes, no air circulation, and yeah, that was super annoying.
Yeah. That's a bummer. Small surprises or like little annoyances. Um, there was just the whole I don't like not being able to like take a shower, use a bathroom when we had a one bathroom place when
Sure.
I wanted to because I'm fucking paying to live here. Like just stuff
I
like
mean, so
that.
is the other
Just little.
person.
Yeah. Basically I don't like living with people. I fucking hated having a roommate. I'll never do that again.
I like having a roommate. I'm a social person, although my roommate's not much of a social person. But I like having another person there, and it can also just be helpful for like, hey, I'm going to be gone. Someone is at least watching my stuff, kind of.
Yeah. Or at
I
least
will
like
agree with you
locking
though.
the
One
door.
bathroom can be difficult, um,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you just like you really have to go, but they're in the shower and there's just like nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm lucky enough. My roommate takes long showers, but she always gives me like a heads up, like, hey, I'm gonna use a shower. Do you need to like brush your teeth or anything first? Which is super nice because
Mm-hmm.
there's early on it was like, oh crap, I really just want to go to bed, but I know you're gonna be in there for like 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I got another annoyance.
Okay.
This was a previous roommate. Um, she would she would often like kind of sleep real late and go to bed real late,
Okay.
and she would do a lot of cooking and a lot of eating at like 3 in the morning,
Sure.
like 2 or 3 in the morning, and the kitchen was right next to my room on the other side of the wall
Oh,
from my room.
yeah.
So just constant like pots banging and stuff at
Just
like two or
noise.
three in the morning.
Yeah.
That sucked. But it wasn't so much just noise. Like she wasn't even trying to be quiet, like which was annoying. She was pretty selfish. That roommate situation did not last very long.
Sure. I guess in that regard as well, heavy feet, people that just like stomp naturally when they walk on like hardwood floors or something. I never
Okay, I haven't had
understood.
that.
I've never
Thank God.
understood why you can't just lift your fucking feet up a little bit. Like, just like
Sure.
random noise, right? But the thing is that they're not even cognizant. Like the noise that people aren't cognizant of. Like I said, I don't do well living with people. I get pissed off about random little things like that. But like they're not enough of an annoyance. Like I know it's a me thing, which is why I never bring it up because it's like,
Okay.
Yeah,
I've been real lucky. I'm a bit of a neat freak, and my last few roommates have also been very clean.
yeah,
Because having a roommate that does not clean or like leaves their dishes out for a long time, like I hear some of my other friends with their roommates, that would just drive me up the wall. And I'm very fortunate that I don't have to deal with that.
sure, yeah.
All right, Riptide Gravity Shifter writes, So last week I played the demo of Kiwami 2 so I could have an idea of what to expect from the game. And while I was doing this, my two nieces had come over for a small visit before heading home with my mother, who would be babysitting them. They were watching me play the demo, and after seeing me slam dunk a bike on a guy, my younger niece, who is 5 currently, asked me if it was possible for me to ride on a bike, then carry two people over my shoulders, then throw them at other people before slamming the bike onto another. Needless to say, I was laughing like a maniac because of how absurd that sounded and admitted that while that's not a thing in this series, I wouldn't put it past the Yakuza dev team to make that a possible thing in the future. So my question is, was there ever something you had in mind that you want to see appear in a future game of a specific series, no matter how absurd it would be? And if it did in fact happen, what was it and what made that into a reality? And what game made that into a reality?
Oh, okay. This is an easy one for me. Growing up, I was always like, man, Resident Evil would be sweet if you could just shoot the zombies in the head, because that's what they do in the movies all the time. And then that's just like a thing that they did
every shooter now
after that. Yeah.
Okay. I can't really think of one. I'm sure there's some, like, here's an easy one. I really wish Overcooked had online multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then Overcooked 2, they did that. But that's not really like crazy. I guess he hasn't specified crazy, just ever something he had in mind.
Yeah, because like here's the thing, like nothing I've never thought like, oh, it would be sweet if you could do this, but instead of a gun, you're shooting airplanes out that shoot dinosaurs. Like, I don't think of stuff like that. What I think is like, it'd be cool if this mechanic was like in this thing or whatever. Like,
well, do you have any examples of that one then?
Yeah, I wish Mario was 3D, and then I didn't like it, but that's a thing that happened at some point. A lot of them are from when games were more, what's it called, like more limited in their scope, like as I was growing up.
Sure. Okay. You know, I bet there's like, I would have so many answers for this, and I just need to like pick any one of my games and like play them for a second and go like, oh, right, this is something I wish that happened.
Yeah.
I have a bunch for Runner 3 now that I think about it, but I can't talk about those until next week. Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what. Here's one from Donut County. I wish when you finish the game, it then unlocks a level select, so you can just play whatever level you wanted. But because there's a narrative to that game, there's little cutscenes before each stage, before they go into the flashback, and you can't replay those. So like my girlfriend wanted to play through Donut County after I had finished, and I was like, well, you got to play through it with the story because the writing's funny and you can kind of see what's going on. And she was like, oh yeah, I want to. And I was like, okay, well, just, pick up from here. And it's just straight the level. You don't get any of the story. So I had to delete my whole game and restart a new one so she could get that.
Oh, man.
So there's something.
Yeah. I always kind of like to when something becomes a meme or a joke and then the dev adds it in later. I feel like this was a specific thing that I've been trying to like actually think about for the last minute or so. I can't remember.
I hear Fortnite does that quite a bit.
Yeah, I could see that. I feel like I wanted to say something like a Spelunky or something added, like a secret level or just stuff like that. But I know Spelunky didn't specifically, but I feel like there's just something on the tip of my mind.
I bet there's been plenty of like early access games where they've done stuff like that. I don't have any specifics, but I bet Dead Cells, they altered some stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Rasterman wrote in and said, so since today is apparently Gamers Day, this was on Wednesday, I believe he wrote this in, what would you say would be the most fitting game to play on such an occasion if enough people got involved in the initiative? A fitting game for Gamers Day.
Gamers Day. I don't know. Call of Duty.
Yeah, I was thinking something like, I don't know, PUBG. 100 gamers drop onto an island. There's something just dumb like that.
Yeah. I don't know, Pokemon Go. I feel like they kind of already have that because they have like their Pokemon Go days.
Sure.
And I sometimes still see people out downtown
Sure. Yeah.
getting in on that. I know John still does.
Yeah. He goes out every now and then.
What would you say? I'm trying to think. Maybe not even like getting people involved. But what's like a game you would play to celebrate Gamers Day?
Okay. Celebrate Gamers Day. Probably a Mario game, just something from my childhood which represented gaming for me.
I think I would just do one of my, and I already do this every few weeks. Just have people over and play like some Jackbox games or
Sure.
some like co-op local multiplayer games. Would probably be how I would want to celebrate Gamers Day.
Sure. That's, yeah.
I was just talking with my friend. This is kind of a little off side note. He was saying he found an esports bar
Okay.
like 10-minute walk from his house.
Okay. That's cool.
But their website does not update with what events are happening when.
Oh, awesome.
So he never knows when to go, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And he's not into like League and stuff, so he can't just go whenever. Because I'm sure they're showing League.
Yeah.
But if he had like and I agree with him, like if I knew of like an Overwatch night or maybe Dragon Ball Fighters or even Siege, because I'm playing Siege right now, maybe if I knew about those nights, I would show up.
Sure.
But although I don't have anyone in my general vicinity that's that into esport games that would want to go to a bar and watch them. So that's a whole other thing. But
Yeah.
that would be a cool kind of celebration thing too, is if I did have that like local group of friends, go down to the bar or the pub or whatever and watch like the Overwatch finals or watch Evo if they were streaming that. That would have been cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Last question comes from VGC Kenny again. Yep.
Yep.
Sean, since you mentioned the Assassin's Creed cycle last week, would you mind if Assassin's Creed went in a cycle of a break between two games in a row? Like for this current cycle, we have Origins 2017, Odyssey 2018, and nothing for 2019. Would you mind if it went 2020 game, 2021 game, 2022 no game, and continue on that cycle? So they take the third year off, basically, is what they're trying to say. For however long AC lasts. Honestly, it kind of just depends on like if is it getting overdone again. It felt before Assassin's Creed was kind of getting overdone, where I was playing less and less of it each year. And it took a year off, which was great because when Origins came back, it was like I'm ready for more Assassin's Creed, and because it was so new, that just made it even better. My problem with Odyssey coming out so soon is I just finished up my Assassin's Creed Origins content in like June or July, whatever it was. Like they were putting out DLC for a while there. And it's like, am I ready for like another one of those? Like I put months and months into it. I kind of would like a break. Otherwise I'm going to get burnt out again. So it's kind of hard to tell if after Odyssey, if the year off will definitely be nice because I will have played kind of two of those back to back. But I mean, if they keep doing things in a fresh way, they can do it as much as they want.
Yeah.
But they always run the risk of I'm going to play less and less of these each year. And this happens, I think, with like every series. Because like I know every new Animal Crossing that comes out, because it's the same game as the last one, I play like half as many hours into it.
Sure.
And like that just happens with like everything like that. The Pokemon games, I play less and less of them each year to the point where it's like, well, I finished the story. I'm pretty much done. I don't do any like late game kind of stuff. If they're too similar, I'm just going to play less of them. Or I'm just going to skip them and then make my own artificial cycle.
Yeah, sure. I agree.
That does it for questions. If people want to send questions in for next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, the Discord channel, and John's P.O. Box. What's your game of the week?
The World of Warcraft expansion.
And mine is going to be Donut County.
Yeah, cool.
So again, John should be back next week, I believe. I don't think he's staying there, right?
No, he's coming back, I think, Tuesday. So yeah,
right.
he'll
No,
be
he
here
said
next
he would
week.
be ready for the TDP Plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So John will be back next week. That is when we will be doing the TDP Plus episode for August, which is Runner 3. So if you're interested in hearing our thoughts on Runner 3 and getting the entire back catalog of TDP Plus, check out our Patreon. It's as cheap as $1 a month. We also this morning ended the poll for what our September game is going to be, and it was a user submitted game of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, which I played a long time ago on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
And we're most likely going. I know myself. I'm going to be playing the Wii U version of the DS game, which I'm actually just kind of excited to try out that whole feature. I've never played a DS game on my Wii U,
Right.
so I'm just kind of from like an academic standpoint, kind of curious how that all works, and I'm looking forward to trying that out.
Cool.
So yeah, look forward to that at the end of September. And thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back next week.